Before we get started, I wanted to give a shout out to my friend Jake. You can follow him on Instagram at EGCC_planespotter. He rebranded my entire channel. I really love it. I hope all of you do too. Thanks again, Jake. Hey guys, what's going on? I'm that guy Dan96 and welcome back to Prepared. This morning we are in Minneapolis, Minnesota, preparing for our flight down to Fort Myers as Sun Country 383 in the Boeing 737-700. Let's hop on the flight deck and let's get this flight started. We're in the flight deck of November 712 Sierra Yankee, a Boeing 737-700. We've done the pre-flight down here so we can pop on down to the route page here and check out what we're doing. We are leaving Minneapolis to Fort Myers, Sun Country 383 off of runway 30 left. We're on the Rochester 9 departure, ALO transition. From there we are direct St. Louis, direct Dietzel, direct Vuz, direct Seminole. From there we are on the Tiny One to runway 6 in Fort Myers. We are expecting the ILS runway 6. We have everything, we got all our weights and everything. We're 105.1 is a zero fuel weight, 27.1, 22,000 pounds of fuel. Cruising at 37,000 feet. Doing a 20K D rate and climb 1. Takeoff, gonna be a flap 5 departure. Trim's gonna be 613. We got 25, 27, 32. Let's go ahead and set the trim now. 613 is good. Our pre-flight is pretty much complete, so as soon as we're done boarding, we'll be back in the flight deck and ready to push this plane out to Fort Myers. With the APU started, we can switch over to our APU generators. Everything on the overhead is complete. Looking right here, we do have power coming from the APU, which is good. We can go ahead, shut the main door. Throw the anti-collision light on, signaling the ground crew that we are almost ready for departure here. We can pull all the ground units. We don't need any of them anymore. Auto brake is RTO. We have everything set for departure. Let's go ahead, call GSX, and we'll get a push off of Hotel 2. Engage both generators. Pitot heat can come on. Hydraulic pumps can go on. Pax auto. Bleed off. APU bleed can come off. APU can come off. Taxi light can go on. Clear that dome light. We are good there. Let's go ahead, pop the transponder on. 2200, we're good there. Flaps 5. Do a flight control check and then we'll head on over to 30 left. We are now holding short of 30 left on Whiskey 1. We do have Southwest right in front of us here. He'll be going in just a moment. Then we will be cleared into position on the runway. We'll line up and wait, and then we'll take off and head for Fort Myers. Southwest has departed in front of us. We're going to fly heading 250, and we are cleared for takeoff on 30 left. Set takeoff thrust. Thrust is set. 80 knots.
V1.
V1.
Rotate. V2.
climb 1 thrust is set. We can retract flaps to 1. We'll now clear ourselves direct to Foxtrot Golf Tango and execute that. Let's go to LNAV. Flaps up. We're now climbing out at 250 knots, passing 6,000 feet. Let's go ahead and engage the autopilot, and we'll be on our way to Fort Myers. After relaxing from a 2-hour cruise, we are passing through 7,000 feet, descending into Fort Myers. We can actually set this a little bit lower. We're going down to 3,000. Current weather right now in Fort Myers, winds are 330 at 7, 10 statute miles, few clouds 900, few clouds 1,400, overcast 2,200. Altimeter's 3008, and it's 72 degrees, which is quite nice. It's about 20 up here in Cleveland. Well, no, it's about 35. It's actually not that bad right now. But we're passing through 6,600 now. We are expecting the, we're gonna take pretty much a visual 2-4. I do have the RNAV 2-4 queued up. I was expecting runway 6, but the winds had a little bit of a change for us, and we're gonna be on 2-4 now. I actually don't know what gate we're supposed to be going to. I'm gonna use auto brakes 2. I could not find a gate for Sun Country here. I have no idea where they go, so we're gonna figure that out once we land. Like I said, I was looking for this flight. I looked on past days, and I just unfortunately could not find the gate that they use here in Fort Myers, but it's no big deal. So we're passing, like I said, through 6,000, and we should be on the approach here in just a few seconds. We're now leveling off at 2,000 feet. Let's go ahead, drop flaps 5. We're gonna maintain 2,000 until road here, and then we'll just turn on and fly the RNAV 2-4. So what that does now is we're gonna fly out to road. Because this is an RNAV approach, we have to use LNAV. So the plan is to actually outfly it a little bit, make a left turn here, and then come in, intercept the LNAV track to road, and then we'll fly down. We'll go down to 1,500 to at Omki, and then from there we are gonna fly down our MDA. Correction, our decision altitude is 280. Decision height is 250 feet, which is what I have set. So once we get down to 1,500, though, we should have the field in sight, and it shouldn't be too much of an issue. Did forget to put this on heading here. There we go. Come back to 200 knots. It's kind of like intercepting a localizer, except it's just RNAV. That's the only difference. But to properly use an RNAV approach, we need to use LNAV. So I needed to activate this waypoint. Let's go ahead and make that left turn now. 330 should work. Slowing back to 190. Field should be off my left now. Should be pretty much right below. There's clouds between me and the field, but it should be right off our left there. Gonna keep the turn coming. Let's go ahead, descend down to 1,500 feet. We'll use vertical speed for that. Happy with that. Again, just keeping the turn. We can arm LNAV now. So now LNAV will capture and pretty much treat this like a localizer. So right now it's taking us direct to road, and then it's going to turn us in now. We're about 10 miles out. There goes LNAV, capturing the RNAV track. Reduce speed to 180 knots now. We can go gear down, flaps 15. Gear down, flaps 15. Speed brakes are armed. We're crossing Amoki at 1,500 feet. From there, we're going to be doing about 160 knots. We're going to reduce our vertical speed down to 800 feet per minute to maintain a 3-degree glide on the runway 24. And we'll maintain that all the way down until we have a visual at the runway. So there's that. We can go ahead and put vertical speed. 800 feet. Actually, there's the airport right in front of us now. We can go autopilot off. Auto throttle's off. And now we'll fly the visual approach into runway 24.
1,000.
Land checklist, speed brakes, armed, green light, landing gear down, 3 green, flaps 30, green light, landing checks are complete.
Plus 100. Minimums. $100. 50, 40, 30, 20, 10.
Welcome to Fort Myers. We're gonna make the left turn here onto Foxtrot 5. I believe this is. Yep, it's gonna be Foxtrot 5. We'll take that down via Lima here. Wait till we're totally off the runway. Flaps up. Spoilers can go down. Turn off all our lights up here. And stop our clock. 3 minutes, correction, 3 hours, 1 minute flight time down to Fort Myers today. Just for funsies, I think we're gonna park right next to Evil Spirit over there. I see he's wearing his school bus livery, so we're gonna go right next to him. We'll make the left turn onto what I believe is Hotel. We'll take Hotel down to Gulf 4. That's the plan. Assuming the chart is the same as what's here in the sim. As we're parking here, I realize there's a slight mesh issue. You can see there's a problem there where I can't see anything, so we're gonna taxi ahead up into what I believe would be the stop line. I'm guessing I'd pretty much be on the J line inbound. This is looking pretty good to me. I'm just gonna try and park up where Spirit is here. It's interesting, I've never noticed this before. It's actually okay on the southwest side, but on this side it's not. There we go, that's looking good to me. That can go on, APUs can go on, pumps can come off. Alright guys, that's going to do it for Sun Country 383, service over to Fort Myers from Minneapolis. If you enjoyed what you see, and only if, go ahead, drop a like, make sure you subscribe so you never miss out on another flight, and I will see you guys in the next video. Take care. Hey, look at that, you're still here. I do really appreciate all of you for staying and watching the entire video. It really does mean a lot to me, and if you are still looking for something to do, my 2 most recent videos are right here on the screen. You don't even have to go anywhere. All you gotta do is click them, and you can watch them. How great is that? And if you're not subscribed, the subscribe button is there. Click that. You'll like what you see.